Here's a familiar sight. A broken Ford. Who would have thought? Yeah, I got back from Texas and then I took it to get an oil change because it's cheaper at the dealership for my car. Pulled it out and lo and behold, there's a big old puddle underneath the rear diff, or where it was at least. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a gasket and change the diff fluid on it. If there's any diff fluid left, I don't even know, because came back and then a couple days later it was another puddle on the ground and the battery died. It's been a wild ride. So I already put the car on blocks, so all we have to do is lift it, put jack stands on it, and undo and redo. It sounds simple, but you know, it never is that easy. Alright, so we got everything we need. We got 2 quarts of gear oil. I'm doing 75-140 as that's what was recommended. You can do 75-90. I don't know why or the difference, but you know, you can do it. We also have a friction modifier, 4 ounces of that. Now this does have friction modifier in it, but Ford recommends more, which I don't think they ever put in. We got a pump because you can't pour those in. And then we also got our gasket from the factory. From the factory. And if you go anywhere to get your diff, why is my throat dry? To get your diff serviced, they're gonna use RVT or like a silicone gasket maker, something like that. I'm not comfortable doing that, and I also prefer just the gasket. So LubeLocker is just a reusable metal gasket. It already has, I guess you could call it RVT on it, but it has the sealant already on there, so you know, all you have to do is pop it in, torque it down. And it even comes with directions, and it tells you how to orient it, right? So this is up. Some diffs it may be hard to tell. Ford's pretty easy, well, especially in the 8.8 because it has these 2 little cutouts at the bottom, so you always know that's how it goes. And it doesn't matter which way you do it. For me anyway, it could matter for you, I don't know. But how it is here is how it'll be on the car. So I believe we do 15 and then, anyway, I believe we do 15 pounds and then they tell us how to torque it down, and then we do 30 and that should be it. So let's get this done. Oh, alright, so I got all the bolts except the top one off. Just loosen that, and there is fluid in here. Quite a bit of fluid. So looking back, I guess I could have driven this to a shop to have them do this, but better safe than sorry. I didn't know how much fluid was back there, and to check or fill it up, I still had to jack the car up, so I thought might as well just do it all in one go. It smells, but not that bad, so it can't be that bad of an oil, but nonetheless it was leaking. Also, working under your car is hard. Some people say we might have to remove the panhard bar. Some people say they can get around it. I'm going to try to do without it because I wasn't expecting to do that. But I'll show you when the cover is off and we'll clean everything up and we'll go from there. Also, it's going to be really hard to get to the front fill plug because I can't see it and it's all covered in gunk. So that'll be a fun process. We'll just leave that screwdriver there. Let it drain. This is the first time I've really worked on my back under a car. It ain't for me. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get a post or something other than a floor jack and jack stands when I get a house. 2 posts being on the most expensive side of that. I forget what it's called, like an air jack or something, being on the cheaper side, and the cheapest is of course floor jack. But I kind of want to be working on it at this level, you know, with my head under the car like a truck. If you would, maybe I should have gotten a truck. Yeah, we need to raise this like a foot, 2 feet more, and can't do that because the jack stands are messed up. But that's almost done draining, so let's clean that up. Also, I had to get parts cleaner. Thought I had some, I didn't. So another trip. Woo! So here is the rear end cover, or the diff cover, if you will. And I can see here's the bottom. There's a place right here where it's torn. It's also torn at the top. Well, that could have torn. It actually could have torn when I was taking it off. The smell got a lot worse when I took it off. So I guess there was plenty of fluid. I could have driven it. Oh well, I didn't know. Here we are. You also can take this off. Here's the diff. I just had to kind of rotate it up this way and then slide it and also rotate it like that, and then it came down. So you don't have to remove the panhard bar. If you wanted to go straight down, you'd have to remove the panhard bar. But the panhard bar, I have a white line panhard bar, by the way, so it's a little bit beefier than stock. If I took out all the bolts, it couldn't fall straight back. It would have to basically be pushed up and then fall back. So I'll go ahead, pretty much empty a whole bottle of parts cleaner in here, take out the fill plug, drain, whatever, the plug that's behind here, and then I'll also clean off this, and along with cleaning it goes scraping the old gasket off. So that'll be a whole bunch of fun. Next thing I'll show you is installing the LubeLocker. So here is the diff all clean. It's, you know, not greasy or anything, and it took a while, but got all the RTV, whatever, silicone gasket maker off. So I don't know if this was painted and that's why some of it's silver. That's just black paint coming off, but what I found best to get it off is a wire brush, and it's a pretty hard wire brush. You just, you know, go up and down, side to side, circles. It'll get off pretty quick. I'm not worried about stuff like right here on the edge. I'm mainly worried about stuff from the bolt hole forward, because that's really the main part. Because when you put gasket maker on, you do here, and then you go in front of the bolt. So kind of this stuff out on the edge doesn't really matter, but I'm still gonna get it all nice and flat. And then I just hit it with 2000 grit sandpaper just to smooth it all out, and it's very, very smooth. So we will now clean under, and I'll show you once it's clean. All I'm gonna do is just take a bottle of brake cleaner and just go in there after I scrape off the gasket. So you want to scrape it and then spray it. You end up using less brake cleaner that way, and that's the name of the game, right? So here is the diff all cleaned up. Pretty much emptied a bottle of brake cleaner in there. So all we have to do is slap it together and fill it. All right, we got all the bolts in, and it's kind of tricky with the gasket and that, but everything lines up as it should. It's very easy once you get it going, but I started with the bottom two and then the top one, and then just worked my way around with all the bolts. So haven't torqued them down, but what you want to do is you want to do 15, and I'll show you the pattern in a second, and then same pattern, but I'm gonna do 30 pounds. I've read 30, 32. 2 pounds won't really make a difference on here, so if it leaks, I'll go to 32, but for now, we'll do 30. Also, you slide it on over here, tilt it up, and then bring it over and bring it around the ring gear. So, pretty good. Here is the pattern. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, looks like the sides, bottom, and top. Also, just chilling. Okay, we are all torqued up to 30 foot-pounds. So all that's left now is we just gotta fill her up now. All right, it's now, I don't know, 6. It's 7 o'clock now, and it's 40-something degrees, so it's cold. We got everything tightened up, so all we have to do is lower it. I got tired of being real dirty, so I showered, and I also ran to Lowe's for a bag of screws for the radio bezel, which, if you didn't see that video, even though I'm kind of filming these at the same time, it was yesterday's video, so go check that out if you're curious about it. I'll link it right here. Yeah, let's get this off stands and hopefully start it up, because if not, then we're just gonna, if it doesn't start, but yeah. And just like that, back on the ground. So that'll be that for this video. That'll be that. Did I say it? Anyway, that's it for this video. If you want to see me install the, it's not out here, but the carbon trim, click the link. It's linked in this video. It's up here. Yeah. No startup. Sorry. I'll drive it tomorrow. I might start it up tonight. We'll see how the install goes, but yeah. Take care. See you tomorrow. It's all good. A little rough. Idle idle for a couple minutes, and then back it up, pull the blocks out, and then park it.